So this is what is happening in the United States of America that is in fact gearing up for some high-stakes midterm elections that will be in November. But before the final showdown in November later this year, various states are now holding primary elections for the Senate, House and also the governor's positions. The primaries in Kentucky, Georgia and Alabama will test the power of Donald Trump's endorsements. And one of the most crucial battles is taking place in Kentucky, where the incumbent Congressman Thomas Massie is taking on Trump's backed candidate, a former Navy SEAL Ed Gallerine. The Massie led the congressional move that forced the U.S. Justice Department to release the Epstein files, and also has supported for a resolution to halt the Iran war. Now, the Trump administration is now going all out to try and defeat him in the primaries. Massie, remember, is a part of the Republican Party.
I have to say up front for the lawyers that I'm here in my personal capacity as a private citizen, a fellow American, and a fellow combat veteran, here to support Navy SEAL Ed Gallerine.
Now, despite Trump's opposition, Massie still enjoys significant support within the Republican ranks. His voters say that the U.S. president is trying to bully the wrong guy.
I have TDS, Trump Disappointment Syndrome, and watching how he's turned on the representative that I feel has stood up for my values the most has been very, very upsetting. I've been very, very unhappy with that. Although at the same time, it's not surprising. There's a rancor of his type of politics to where it's a bully pulpit. Everybody knows Trump's kind of a bully and bullies his way around, and that works sometimes and it doesn't others. In this situation, he's trying to bully the wrong guy.
And apart from Kentucky, the state of Georgia, Alabama, Pennsylvania, Idaho and Oregon are also going to hold primaries. The Trump-backed candidates have already defeated 5 out of the 7 state Senate incumbents in Indiana and 1 in Louisiana. The midterm elections will depend a lot on factors for the Republicans. This includes the Iran war, a high rate of inflation because of it, a congressional redistricting battle, and also the president's low job approval ratings. Well, the Democrats will look to capitalize on Trump's shortcomings to flip the balance of power in the U.S. Congress. And according to the latest New York Times Siena polls, if the midterm elections are to be held today, the Democrats would hold a 10-point advantage on the generic congressional ballot. With the primaries setting the tone for the midterms, the battle for the control of the Congress is now entering into a critical phase. And WION's correspondent Susan Tehrani is, of course, tracking the story very closely for us and has sent us this report from New York. Listen in.
President Donald Trump's continued influence over the Republican Party ahead of the 2026 midterm elections as he backs efforts to defeat Republican Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky, one of the few conservative lawmakers willing to publicly oppose him on issues ranging from government spending to foreign policy. The race has now become a symbol of a much larger political question inside the Republican Party, and that is whether loyalty to Trump's personality remains the party's defining force. Massie represents a different kind of conservative, deeply right-wing, popular with many grassroots voters, yet unwilling to fully align himself with Trump politically. If Massie does survive, despite Trump's aggressive targeting of him, it could suggest that some Republican voters are becoming more independent from the president personally, and of course, vice versa. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.